Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm back on the stream. My second stream today. Depends on what's your definition of today is. But yeah, I'll just get down to it. As you know, I'm working on this algorithmic composition software for our company Modalics in C++. And yeah, and I'm going to be starting. Let's bring the AI music. I'm going for the chill hop style. Try something else. This music is so random sometimes, you know, this AI generated music. Okay, so what was the last thing I did? Last thing I did before I stopped the stream was that I was doing some refactor to my my data structure thing to help me clean things up, and that helped me create this multiplies of the device. There's this thing called device. This needs some improvements, but this is the general gist of it. Like each of those can have like a list of stuff. It looks pretty horrible, so I should start cleaning this up pretty quickly and make this look better. But the idea is that yeah, you can add these lists. Each one of these has lists, and okay, so that's good. So let me start by starting to improve the way the widgets, this like singular widget looks like, and maybe have some cleaner look to this. So the idea, and let's see if I can bring up. Ooh, not what I wanted. Let's see if I can bring up one of Or's sketches, so I can have some good reference, hopefully. Or, you know, my partner in Modalics, he does all the visual design, and he hasn't designed this properly yet, but he did make a few sketches that I think would be useful for me to get started. Let me bring it on screen. Right, something like that. There you go. I think this would be a good starting point, right? The device would have a list. This means the type. I should probably find some way to bring these icons for the types, and then there's these little boxes for the what's connected to them. I can probably start with that, right? So that basically just remove this detail view, have the name be, I guess, clear, and I don't know. I guess I can do this, and this would give me the type, basically. Yeah, I think I can do that. So let's see what's needed for me to do this. Okay. Okay, so let's see how this thing's called. This thing's called blocks. Blocks is like this list, you know, like a singular list of everything. And then there's, yeah, so this thing shows the block display. This is the thing that would probably be changing. So block display. Oh, and there's some connection probably with that, with the blocks and the details box. So I can probably remove the details box. I think it's probably not needed anymore. And I can just embed everything that's in it on top of the component itself. So I'll just remove this. Oh, let me switch to the other language engine. Require a restart probably. How's everyone doing today? As I usually say, I am broadcasting this on a few networks, you know, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and LinkedIn, and so if you're seeing this on one of the networks, know that you can write me something in the chat, and I would post it so that other people would see the comments as well. So so feel free to interact, and I'll try to keep the conversation happening. For those who are just joining, I'm working on an algorithmic composition software in C++. This is something that would work probably as an audio plugin and as a standalone software, but really I'm working on the engine, the basic engine of it. Like, the idea is that something that can evaluate expressions that the user is giving it and create these over time more complicated expressions, so that you can generate music from a lot of music from very little. Good. Things starting to finish loading. I think now I can give it a width of 100%, basically. Yeah, so now Blocks has a list of things, and it shows individual blocks called block display, and I need to redo block display so that it's closer to the design that I'm working with. Okay. Still finished indexing. Okay, so currently my program looks like this, and I can add these different devices. With a lot of them starts to look like crap. I don't think I have a way to delete devices just yet, but I can add them, and each of them has inputs. And then I should be able to kind of chain them together for some operation. I wonder. Yeah, like for example, let's say I add something here. Let's see if this is just going to work. Let's add this repeat here. Oh, I don't have a way to connect the inputs yet, but I will. So pretty soon. Okay, so let's connect the next thing. Why is it freaking out and not understanding what I need to do? I think I need to kind of force it to clear the caches. How's everyone doing today? What time is it where you are? It is 5 p.m. here in Las Vegas, where I currently am. Please let me know where you're watching this in the world, and what time is it where you are. Well, okay, getting better here. Good. Oh, finally, proper syntax highlighting. Okay, so I need to take this display block display thingy, which currently does some things to do with the menu, basically, that creates everything. But I want to add what used to be called. Let's see what's the name of these previous classes that I've used. So there's this thing called apps UI details box. So I want to put the details box pretty much. Yeah, I think I want to change it. And right now it does this thing where it creates these detailed inputs. Oh yeah. I also need a way to actually embed this thing because, okay, so I probably can still do this block details box, but I can have it separate from the block display. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the detail box be basically separate, I think, right? How did I do it before? So I went to this before. Yeah, I think I should just kind of have it on top of the main component here, so that it will kind of react dynamically from there. So I'm gonna just put it here. It's gonna be called details something, block details box details, and this just takes the state, right? Yeah, so I'm just gonna host it in here. Not states. No. Oh, maybe it constructs states. Where's the state? Not this. I need UI state. Where's my UI state? Expression of display, and this thing opens the this thing, the function graph, and this thing somehow I guess builds. Oh, sorry, function graph display, and this thing builds the state. Right, builds the state from the graph. Okay. Oh, so I think I do need this state shared. So I probably need a way to yeah, because the graph is separate, but this thing, the selected expression, that thing is actually shared. So I need to drill this down. I need to drill down this selected pointer because this is going to be shared with all the different blocks. It's not going to be just one block like I had before. That means that this UI state thing probably needs to change. Yeah, get selected, blah, blah, blah. I need to pass this away somehow. I guess I did that because I want to drill down the idea of the selected, right? Yeah. So I need to separate those. These cannot really go together. This really just needs to be this without the graph. There probably going to be other things here, so I'll just keep this as a struct health UI state to prepare for the future. And then function inputs takes man, I'm getting the graph anyway, right? Yeah, so I'll just, for me, I can just hold the graph. It's always like a graph. And I think blocks will probably have problems because they also need the graph. So I'm just going to give them the graph explicitly. But something that, this by the way is happening like 50 times already. So let me move this using statement into somewhere more common. Like here. good. And yeah, let's also make sure of this, because this repeats also. So use something like type name t using let's call it using pointer. Let's use an expression using the expr equals just be expression pointer ID of t, so that at least I can do expr of something. Good. So this should help me a little bit with my composing these types that are kind of repeating. So blocks can now just ask for this and expr of, or sorry, or just graph, const graph to use, and have it stored in here. This can directly access the graph. Do I even access the state here other than the graph? Maybe I don't? No. Right? This is the graph. Oh, here you go. Yeah, so I do need the state for something. So block display probably also needs the graph. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's fine. Oh, it doesn't. State.graph.remove. Oh, that's interesting. It also needs to know what the current graph is. So I do need to explicitly pass this. That's interesting. So do I need the state other than that? Yeah, I need this selected. So yeah, so I also need to pass the graph, and some of this stuff probably we should start be together as a struct anyway. So, but anyway, const graph to use. What else? This is okay. Say you stream a lot. Just a few streams and followers more and you can go Twitch affiliate. Hey, here you go. Here you go. Hopefully, I just opened this Twitch account like a couple of days ago. But people who, I've been streaming a lot on my YouTube for years, and yeah, I'm happy to do that. Always happy to be sharing and streaming. I want to do that more. I want to be more, more social, somewhat with my, with my work and hobbies somehow. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what else do I have to shift to make this work. Okay. It's fine. Okay, so the one thing I had to do is that I had to, yeah, let's see if this compiler I probably forgot to pass this explicitly in a few places. So I now need to pass, right, state and graph. There's a few other adjustments like this now that I'm passing the graph independently from the state. So state, oh, yeah, so this also needs the, this separately, this const UI state to use. So now this is a totally separate thing, not built from the graph. Yes, I don't know how. Is this considered social if I stream? I guess it is a bit social, right? I don't know if it's maybe some people would say it's anti-social. My mom would always say that, when I was a kid, that I should be play outdoors or something and not do that. But once, this is years ago. This is gonna date me, but sometimes in the 90s. I was playing this game called Major Mud. Oh, this game is so old, like a textual MMORPG. This is way in the back in the day. I remember one day I was with my friend playing this game, and my mom came down. She shut down my computer, and she said, "Now you have to go out there. You have to go be somewhere outside. Like you have to go play ping pong or something." I don't think she ever understood. I mean, at some point later she did understand, but I don't think she saw this as social. I think she saw this as me playing by myself in front of the computer. Okay. Let's get told go to sleep. Yeah, sleep is another useful thing people do, I guess. Okay, what else? Well, states. Graph. I'm starting to create this dependency structure because I'm just about to, it's good, that's good, expression, and, oh, so I need the state here, right? Yes. Okay, good. So now this needs also the state to use. Can even type UI state. Good. Okay. Let's do like expressions. Is there any visual advantage to attach the columns to the value portion of the range loop instead of centering it? Not sure I understand the question. Oh, are you talking about like the space when I do a for loop? Where do I have a for loop here? What you mean, like this instead of this? Is that the question? Honestly, I don't know. I guess this is the style that I guess I use. Let's see how Juice are doing that, right? Let's see something like let's look at the Juice code somewhere. Let's see what their style is. Oh, let's see Chalk. Chalk, do it in the middle. Let's see what Juice is doing. Yeah, you know what? I have no idea. I don't think it's. I'm not against changing it. I don't know. Never thought about it. I guess this was in the style that I used, the Clang format style, and I get used to it. I don't know. I don't have any strong opinion about that, honestly. Yeah, interesting. I don't know. All this stuff, honestly, I would probably get used to it either way. Like if my Clang format file would do it some other way, I would use that. Like I don't know if it matters so much. Something here says, "Hey Ryan." I don't know who Ryan is, but here you go. Hey man, good to see somebody from Idaho here. Where is Idaho? That's like central US? Sorry for not knowing my US geography. Where is Idaho? I'm gonna Google Maps, see exactly where Idaho is. Idaho. Okay, you'll have to excuse me for my ignorance on US geography here. Okay, so it's north. Right? So it's okay, so it's actually not far from where I am. So this is Idaho. Sorry for doing trivial things. For me, I don't know everything about everything. So this is Idaho, and I'm actually in Nevada right now. So I am somewhere in here. So Idaho is, I guess, not super far, right? Kind of like neighbor. That is a big fan. Latin Dream is his favorite. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for liking Latin Dream. Yeah, it's a great song. I'm playing it in the stream once in a while. Maybe I'll just like jamming it on piano. So I might do it next time I get a break from this coding stuff. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching the stream. Okay, so first of all, I just learned where Idaho is. Do I need to memorize this stuff? Like, do I need to know, where Montana is and where Washington is? I kind of knew where Washington is, to be honest. So the question is, which language? So we are here coding in C++. Yeah, let me close the Google Maps thing. So yeah, so I'm going to code in C++, but to make it fun, what I'm actually coding is almost like another language on top of that, because I'm writing this algorithmic music software on top of this, which is very much like another programming language, even though that one is going to be visual and not using text. But yeah, it's implemented in C++. And it's going to be running later on the standalone apps, a plugin, and all that. Yeah. So what is this thing? State. This reference. I can probably store it for now, but I think this is like it's going to be very loose because right now it just holds a pointer. This thing expression pointer. Okay, so the question is, you get any music projects coming up? I always have music projects coming up, there's always tracks we're releasing. I don't have anything specific to announce yet. But there are always things, coming up that are that will be posted on my Facebook, YouTube, etc. I definitely recommend checking out a few things I posted in the last few years, where I'm playing with Orlu Bianike, who is the bass player from RNL, and also Omri Abramov, who is one of the best saxophone players in the world. So we have a lot of like these acoustic electronic tracks. There's a lot of tracks we posted, and definitely recommend to check those out. They're on my my YouTube channel. Sometimes they're on the Project RNL YouTube channel, my Facebook. Yeah, there's some really fun tracks in there from the last 2 to 3 years that I think are pretty good. Modalics sound shaders. Yeah, it's a good name. You know, it's funny because one of the things I was working on, other than that, which I should also probably make streams about, is I was doing all these nice experiments with with shaders in a plugin, and that's a lot of fun, and that's something that might even go into this product at some point for amazing like visualizations and all that. Let's see, I forgot to pass in something. So graph, and this also needs this UI state or UI state or something. This UI state, it's funny that I'm passing it, but it's really a struct that just has a pointer and one helper function. But it will probably have more stuff as you go along. Basically, just shared stuff that we kind of drill down into a lot of components. So that's why I'm keeping this as a struct, because this will have many things here. So yeah, so this thing now compiles. That's good. So what I want to do is I want to have another block here that has the detail, and I think this should be pretty easy to do just now. That is awesome. That is really cool. I'm taking a screenshot of that because I'm going to send this to Or. Just took a screenshot of that. I think this is this is a really cool idea. Like audio shader language. Where was I? Where was I? Yeah, so this thing, I think I need to add the, wait, this is the sequence display, and I need to add here, I need to add lang, the detail block. Now this thing takes just UI state. So what this detail thing does, detail UI state. What this thing does is this thing, in this case, would see what the selected little box is, and then it shows the details about it in the in some window, right? That's really what it is. So it's and it's a dynamic editor that will grab, can open things that are selected from anywhere and visualize them. So let's resize this. Now I don't want to use resize vertically because it might not work out. Let me give some actual dimensions here. So first one is the graph. This one should be on top, and it's 0, 0, full width, and let's say 60% height. Next, there's the maybe even 70% height. Next is the detail, which should next is a sequencer display. This thing should be, for example, where we think. No, let's do the detail first. Detail, and this would have 0, 0, 0, 0, and let's say I think it should just be like 20%, and then but it should start with a Y of 70%, and the height would be 30%, and then the sequence would be similar but would start at 0.3 and would have a width of 0.7. Let's add this as well. Details. Will you stream a production session at some point? I always love to learn from streamers, especially if they answer. Sure, yeah, and we've done that. We've done that a little bit. There is an amazing session we've done. I want to say it was like a month ago or a couple of months ago. We've done that with Mike Malian. So it's a stream we've done of Mike. Mike is an amazing musician, producer. So we did a session with Mike Malian, Or, and I, and we just, each of us was just like adding tracks. And the track was like, I don't know how to call it. It's like some Gentle Giant groove, something. And there's, it's fun. It should be on the Modalics YouTube in one of our previous streams. I thought it was pretty fun. And yes, we'll probably do more of these. Like Or and I have been planning to do a live kind of music production stream. I think it's gonna be really good. Okay. Okay. Where was I? By the way, nice to see people joining on different networks. As I keep saying to everyone, feel free to comment. You can see that people are commenting here from Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and I can just bring it up on screen and kind of share it with the rest of everyone. So feel free to ask me questions, and I would try to answer while I'm also trying to be productive in some way or another. So anyway, I put this on screen, and maybe it's fine. Maybe this will just work. Or did I miss something? Okay. Oh, I'm not seeing it. Why? What am I missing? What did I do? Oh, 7. 0.7. 0.7. That will explain things. They're all just dimensions from 0 to 1, like it's in percentages where things are located on the screen. Good. Okay. So, oh, but I'm not seeing it yet. Why not? Why am I not seeing the detail? I guess maybe I think I have some state problems. So maybe the problem is I was a bit lazy. UI state, and I'm passing this here. Yeah, this needs to be a reference. Need to not be lazy. Need to remember to do things correctly. Oop. This is not a const. Okay, this is better, but I'm not seeing the sequence for some reason. There should be a musical sequence shown in here, and it's not showing. I am able to add these nice neat things in here. That's good. One thing I like about Java is that during debugging, you can change code and it'll update live. You can change a number and resize and it would immediately update. Yeah, so I mean, obviously C++ doesn't have it as a built-in feature, but we have that for some things, like things like positions. We have that, but I actually prefer and Or uses it all the time. Like that's how he'll design our stuff. We have this system where he can do quite a lot with some like a dynamic file basically that you don't need to compile. Here, most of my bugs have nothing to do with the actual dimensions. They're usually have to do with me having real bugs in my code. So that's those are not solved by changing a number, fortunately. But yes, doing stuff like having like on the fly compiling is definitely something C++ would benefit from. Okay, what to do here? 0.3, that makes sense. 0.7 is the Y. This should not be the width, right? The width should be 7, right? No, 8. Oh, I got confused. No, my numbers are all wrong. This is 2 and 2, right? Height is 0.3. Okay, this should be the same, 0.3. This should be 0.8. This should be like 20%. I think that's correct. This would be 20% to the left, and then take the entire 80%. Okay, this is better. Now we can see that we have my device, and a little preview pane downstairs. And if I add something else here, yeah, so if I add this thing, yeah, like everything I add here, even here, come in, and this is good. Great, so this worked. There's a comment here about Cling. Cling is this, yeah, it's like some runtime C++ compiler. I don't remember exactly how it works, but I think it should be would be interesting to find out. Okay, that's good. That is good. So let me commit what I just did. What I did was, first of all, I don't need this anymore. This was just like a failed attempt. But in my, let's do added or so that I re-added the details layout as external to the function graph. Okay, function graph. Okay, so I think this is good. Now, next thing up that I want to do is I need a way. There's two things. I want to start working on connecting these functions together so that you can chain different functions. Is the front end coming last? I don't know if I understand the question. What I'm doing now, I'm writing some sort of UI code, but all this UI code is more like placeholders for the real thing. But I'm trying to write, like, put in place all the functionality before Ori is going to come in and make it look good. But there is a few things that I noticed in his design that I can probably implement right away. Oh, here it is. So in his design, or one of his designs at least, because there's a lot, but I think he suggested that I build the. This was just a few hours ago. It's just that I build the window like this, so that there's like there's a list of names, then there's the input, like the little box of input that's in place that you really don't need the details window for. And I can probably do that. I can probably add that. So basically here, currently, I have this thing called, here it is, this little thing. This is like a list of inputs on the device. And I should be able to just build that, right? Right now I'm building it for the generic inputs. And it just resize horizontally, right? I probably should be able to do that. Vertically, kind of like what Ori did in his sketch. So let's see if I can do that. Let's have, so this thing, single input. That's good. Yeah, I think I could just not use this because this is for the generic one, and just create something just similar for the device itself. Right? Let's go back here. So I have this list of things here. Oh, he added this plus. This should actually not exist. There should not be a plus here because those are fixed basically. But I definitely can create this in I guess in a nice way, because I can make a list. I think I'll start with this automatic resizing thing, but very soon I will add a list so that there'll be, you can scroll down here or something. So well, let's start with that. So I need to, so I have this thing called the block display. And currently the block display just shows this thing, type, name, and text. Type, name, and text is something, so it's kind of combines this and this. Like it should be separate for the identifier the user gives it, or the automatic one, like A, and then something here on top, like this would be called like a transpose or something, like whatever the name of the effect is, or the function is. So let's see, how can I do that? So I can start by creating a box for is this good? Sure. Might have to use some other type for the text part. Let's see. So by the way, this AI track, you know, this AI music in the background, this AI track is actually pretty good. Like the sounds are so cheesy, but I don't know, I like it. There's even like a smooth guitar solo almost in the background. Okay. Switch to this other angle where I can relax a little bit more. Okay, what was the last thing I did? Last thing I did, sizing text display. This expression map display. Okay. So really it's block display that should be more enhanced. And let's start by separately maybe hosting the. Let's make it fun. Let's do something like name text box. I'm gonna make it correct. Name text box widget. And this text box just as a background, right? There's a background color to this, just for fun, so I can match whatever it's always doing. Let's use a color picker, color sync. Is that what it's called? No, not color sync. There's some color. The Mac has a color. Oh, that's what it is. Digital color meter, right? Digital color meter. Yes. So I know this is not a final design, but just for fun, I think I would go whatever. Okay, so this thing, it's not a gradient, right? I guess it's the color. So the color is 53. Oh, I don't know if you can see this. There's an app on the Mac that tells me, you know, which value am I pointing on, right? So this is 50, right? Basically 50, 50, 50 or something. 51, 50, 50. Okay, that's good. So go back to code. I'm going to do something like so here, namespace helpers, color get inline, color get bg color, return colors from color from RBG 51, 50. Okay, so this is my color, and then now I can do the name text box would have just for fun, let me do something like a widget, struct background. I'm probably going to reuse that a lot in design, so I'll have like some boring background widget, which is just going to be we already have this thing called the generic solid fill with get bg color. Background. Oh, I don't need to say it. I do need to do add children fill. This is it. This is a background thing, so now I can just add it to a bunch of different places. So background. Nothing then just so helpers background. And then let's also add a text here. I might add might add a like this one of these like text things. I don't have the font that he's using, so I'll work with that. But at least I can make something that's Yeah, I need to redo this, like find a text box. Basically, I can do something like struct text box. So I'm just composing this with things that already exist. It's something like a... do I have a nicer label? Labels. I forgot what are my labels called. Syntax display. Let's call this label, not text, label. Label, and then I think the idea with that is this creates a text that's relative to the parent, I think. Right? Do I have something that's better than this? In terms of the size, I don't know. Yeah, because the main thing I need here is I need two things here. First, I need the size. I'll give it some number. I haven't know if this is a good number. Size. And I think I also need to do something like label set intercepts masking false. Even just that I think would work. How's it going, everyone? Hopefully you're having a good day or night. Depends on where you are in the world. I'm here writing an algorithmic music composition software in C++. Now I'm just building a few UI widgets. Next one is yeah, so I just wanted to reuse these things. So name text box would have a colors text box. This is a expression. This is expression pointer. Okay. And background box. Okay. So I need to put this name text box. So instead of doing this, I'm just going to put the name text box. Name. DNG expression. Is that true? Yeah. Okay. This is name is fine. So that's one thing. What else do I have on the design? This is the name. Now I need I need to think of these shadows. I don't know how to do this. Just think about that. But what it is that there's always this like black backgrounds. There's always like little spaces, and then there's the filled color on each one of these, essentially. Okay, that's good. So then on each of the inputs, basically I need to placing the inputs right here. So I need something like let me move all of these. These are all common stuff. I can just move them to another file. Call these helpers for now until I move these to a proper place. Did I move there as well? What did I do? Name, okay, yeah. Okay, this is better. Now I need to so I'm showing the name. This is like the A, so I also need to show now another thing called the struct block inputs. And I already wrote this thing actually, but this thing just resizes horizontally, so I'll do something else with another scheme, so it just looks like this. And also need to include so the inputs, how do I call it? Generic input. And then I would start with this, and then I would maybe start to add a better display for the actual inputs. Expression. The drop down, that's interesting. I'm just connecting the drop down to, oh, I think I did on right click, so it's fine. Or if not right click, so then when I do left click, I'll actually allow clicks on the things, the inputs. So so let's put the inputs somewhere like, 0, 0. This should probably, there should be also, there's also this. So there's actually 2 text boxes in there, right? Yeah, so I think there's this thing, but there's also almost the exact same thing with the type. And the type is another background, so the type will be something like a generic solid fill. But that has a different color. The color this thing has, let's use my beautiful color meter. And this thing is purple. So 63, 35, 98. 63, 35, 98. 35, 98. Let me move this into a function just so that let's do color get label bg color. This is better. This would help when someone actually wants to change the name and doesn't understand where it is. Okay, type text box, and this will just take get type. Yeah. Name separate from the type. That's great. Now, so inputs will be. So let's edit this already. So name text box, and there's type text box. Type expression. Let's type. So let's see if I understand the scaling here. The scaling is something like, let's imagine that it's something like a 20%, 15% for the label on top, right? So the type is 0, 0, 100% width, and then let's say 15% height, and then the inputs are basically just below it. They're basically starting from 15. We have an 85%, and then the name. Oh, I'm correct, but they're not 100% width. There's something like 80% width. 0.8, and then the name is not scale to fit, it's scale to 0.8, right? But from the top it starts from 0.15. Right, this is where it descended. Yeah, 15, and then width is 20%, and then height is 0.85 f. I'm giving a lot of f's here. Okay. Getting there. Let's see where I am. Warning, I forgot an F here. See all these Fs. Okay, not perfect. the text size here can get out of bound. It makes sense. Okay. It's not so bad, right? not so bad. Let's go back to where we are. So, see, I see the list of inputs here. This is the background. I should probably add now this new background. This gray background here, but the label is here. If I add something else, so things will start to stretch, and this does not look good. So I need to start making this thing a proper list for things to be scrollable. I am going to do that. So let's start by committing what I just did. It's not bad. Music lang UI added the option for sorry, in the option added initial in place components for the function elements. Okay, each of these inputs I'll already come here and do I want to add this background to each of the labels just for initial just so it'll make more sense. So let's do okay. Doesn't look great yet, but it will look great. Don't worry. I forgot to add. Just want to see this background thing. PG. Okay, okay. That's funny. I see it here, but not... Oh, you know what? Because there's no inputs here. That's why. I need to think of what to do with this case of 0 inputs. A little bit interesting. But doesn't mean that I get this separation here, but otherwise it looks a bit weird. Okay, I'll think about that. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I want so that the list of devices, I think it's called blocks. I don't want, currently I'm making this I made this like just a list of things that are resized vertically, but I don't think it looks good. I think I'm going to make it a list of things that are scrollable. It has a particular size. So for this, what I'm using is I have this thing called blocks list data, which is inherits from item list database. This is not a UI widget, it's just something that kind of provides information for the actual list to how to do this. So get size, create, get broadcaster, and this is for now, I think. So I give the size as an int. That's what I do. Get size. Oh, get size is how many items. I thought it was like the height, but it's not. Okay, so I also have something like get line height. Okay, that's good. Yes. Return some number. So this, what it does, this asks me for instructions on how to create something. Let's see. How would I create something? So let's do, so for this I need to add a few things into this. So I would probably need to add I guess I need this as well because this gets passed in, so I need both of these just like I have them here. And basically I need to put everything except for this component list. So all of these needs to be here. This does not need to be here. Oh, and I just need a size broadcaster here. Okay. Create would basically do this logic. So the size that it thinks it has would be turn graph func inputs is what it is. No, it's the body, not the inputs. Graph body size. Yeah, so create would say that if index is smaller than graph body size, then you know what, let's do it. I'll do body equals graph body. So body is here, and then just give me a new block display. And otherwise, give me a new plus block. This is it. This is it. Now I need to pass. Pass UI state. Graph to use. size broadcaster is not a broadcaster. Strange. Oh, right. Okay, I do this. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and then I can do using blocks list equals item lists specialize of block list. Now I can remove this, remove this, remove this. I can probably remove this whole thing. You know what? I can just, it's literally the same. Yeah, there's nothing here. Oh, wait, what's this update function where I am, this is going to be interesting, but yeah, but I can do it from there too. So I'll just do that. Yeah, all this stuff is not needed. I can do some other way. Yeah, I literally can just remove this and makes blocks this new list. I even think this might compile as is. Okay. I actually think this works, but the size just doesn't make sense, so let's give it some other size. A new size would be 40. Okay, this looks better. Okay, good. So now I have, other than I put the plus. Oh, wait, where's my plus? Oh, okay. Send to return a size +1. So what I'm doing is the list asks how many items you have, but usually, or in these cases, what I do is I actually report that there's one more than the size of the vector or array, whatever it is, because then I would have a plus. Look here. The plus, right? So the plus is like an extra thing that exists in the list. So now I have a scrollable list. I don't know if I like the size. I wish I would make it more compact, but this is the base idea. And each one of those also have these lists of things. The list from left to right should also be probably scrollable instead of kind of collapsing like this. So yeah, but this was a good start. Let's do music lang UI made the blocks list a dynamic list. Let's continue. Let's do the same thing with the horizontal list of the devices, which is how do I call that thing? I called it expression map display. So yeah, so currently this thing holds a component, so I need to do the exact same refactor. Instead of holding this, I need to have something like a expression map data equals item list database. What it does is I have this vertical here because this one's going to be horizontal. Get size I need, get line height I need, get broadcaster, and create. These are my control functions. I need to pass the same thing as here. Actually, I also need this listener thing. Yeah, it's literally the same class, just written differently and already implementing a bunch of the stuff that I already need. I don't need this. This needs to be a size broadcaster. Broadcaster. This would do pretty much the same pattern. So it's functions. Oh, yeah, that's fine. So just would return. Yeah, there's something on the map. So if index is smaller than map. Didn't do this yet. Don't I have yet the arrow operator? Yeah, let's add it. Let's add the arrow operator. Size, then return a new function graph. No, sorry. Return new function display. Basically, of map index. No. Oh, I'm going to have to do this, unfortunately. Right? And otherwise, just like before, I need the func button. Line height would be, it's actually the width, but I don't know how much it's supposed to be. 25%, I know. Size is return map size +1. Vertical return false. I wonder why this thing not const. I need to check why what's the use that made this non-const, and why is this not aligning my map to use, state use. That's good. That is good. And now I can just do using expression map display equals to item list specialized of data, and this class can just go. Goodbye class. Let's see what happened. Base the wrong name. Expression, but display explains it. There's going to be something else, but because of a missing include, which makes sense. Let's include it right here. Okay, let's see what happened. Now I added new things, and now I can scroll down. You see the plus is always at the end. It's all scrollable. This is nicer. Right here I have a specific... I probably need to design this so it won't need the scroll in basic cases, but I have the scroll bar here, scroll bar there. This looks pretty good. Come on. No, it looks horrible. But now I need to do the same thing in here. This also needs to be scrolled. Otherwise, it's a mess. Probably could shorter the names here. The inputs should actually show here, right? The names here should be shown. Oh, and I can't click here anymore. Okay, so I broke some of the functionality as well. But, you know, one step at a time. So, this is... I'll call this added lists for the expression maps. Scrollable lists. All right, I'll be back shortly. Hey everyone. This moment I'm starting to get a bit tired. I've been streaming for a little while today. How's everyone doing? Right, I might take a break now and might continue a bit later. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I might continue a bit later. Maybe I'll go clear my house a little bit so that I'll not be staring at the screen all day. Right, thank you all for staying, for listening, watching.